Yes, more My Team on the agenda today, guys, as we arrive at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Fresh off the back from the last race where we maxed out our sentiment and the fan bonuses, level 5 fan rating after an insane Brazilian Grand Prix sprint weekend.
Hey Chief, just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.
Now, let's talk about the previous episode. I mentioned before, sprint weekend, so plenty of points up for grabs. We were racing as Franco Colapinto, and something that never happened before actually happened for the first time. We got out-qualified by our AI teammate legitimately on merit. Hulkenberg, as an AI, actually beat us, which is insane. So, good to see progress. The car has really improved, and so have the AI. Now, for this one, we're going to start out with some activities, and we're going to try and make sure we maximize what's available. We are going to go for, in this case, either a research or a development focus, depending on what we're looking for. In this case, it's going to be, it looks like a development focus to reduce the cost of developing upgrades. We then go into the personnel department, and for this one, we're going to go for the driver sim testing because it helps our drivers stay sharp and gives us 250 extra resource points. And then we're going to also go over to the corporate tab, and we're going to go ahead and do our usual tech expo, which gives you 100 resource points per day. Now, with that out of the way, we jump into the engineering. We've received 3D printing prototyping, which basically is going to increase how many R&D points we get from practice programs. And then there's one that slipped through the cracks. Regulation analysis team, reduce the cost of adapting parts by 10%. And that is relevant because we are currently in the thick of a reg change where it's affecting our chassis and powertrain. So we'll take care of that in a bit. In the meantime, research complete on the final aerodynamic upgrade of our car. Once we develop this, we'll be officially maxed out on aerodynamics. We're going to go ahead and develop an ICE reliability upgrade as well to spend our R&D points that we've saved up, and we're then going to develop that front nose upgrade to try and get that on the car as soon as possible. Really, that would be pretty cool. Now we're going to try and draft this in time for the Las Vegas race, so 9 days on the dev timeline. As we skip ahead further on the timeline,
Just a heads up, remember to give both drivers upgrades when you can. It'll improve our chances and keep everyone happy.
Now, as far as I'm aware, there's no upgrades actually on the table. We are doing everything in sync. We've received the real-world application group on the engineering level 2, and now we're going to go for the CAD software upgrade, which basically is going to reduce the cost of our Andy by 10% on chassis upgrade. So those two are going to be the ones that we're going to be cooking up in the background as we move on to some more development updates. Now, as you can see, the regulation change is taking effect. Last episode, I didn't have the footage because of issues, but I done my first purchases and they have already been completed. They were the most expensive ones for the chassis and the powertrain, which were in the 500k range. The monocoque structure is in the mid 250 range, $250,000 more or less, and we're going to do the improved energy store cells, the engine cover instead. So both of those are in the 200k bracket, and then on the powertrain, we're going to also look for those 200k ones. So we're going to go for the ignition system, and then the other one is going to be, I think it's going to be the exhaust. Yes, it is. So we're going to keep rolling these out. We can't wait for the facility improvement to arrive that we just bought because we're running out of days. We've only got 2 races left after this, so we have to keep pushing through. Now, overtime support has arrived for personnel, which means we have a slot open, and we're going to go for account management team, which basically reduces the cost of your corporate facility by 15%, whilst your spending is under 50% of the cost cap. Now, to be fair, it isn't going to work for us right now because we're very close to the limit, but that will come into effect next season, which is great. For corporate, we've received audience engagement expansion level 2, and we're going to add another one to it, and we're going to go for brand strategist, which basically means it's going to increase our loyalty with our title sponsor each time we complete a race in contention for the championship. Again, this one is with an eye on next season because I'm hoping to be strong out of the block, out the gate. So if we can be a contender from race 1, that should help massively. So with that all done, we can now skip all the way entirely up until the next race in Las Vegas. So a few things are going to happen on the timeline, as you can see as well.
Hey Chief, we've finished developing a part and it's now ready for fitting. Make sure to stop by the Assign Upgrade screen when you get the chance.
Now, one thing we have received is an owner training point, but we'll spend that in the next episode. In the meantime, we have actually had a double failure on the front nose error upgrade, which is a bit of a shame. So that wasn't part of my plan. I thought we'd receive one, if not two. I've never actually had this before, so we're going to have to redevelop the double purchase. In the meantime, there's a few other things I want to address. On durability, the ICE reliability upgrade has finished researching, so we're now going to go ahead and get this in the car. We are going to do a dual development because that is cheaper, and I'm not so concerned about this arriving in a rush because it's not really going to improve our performance. So we'll dual develop it, and that will arrive before the finale in Abu Dhabi. We're going to go back to the aero and we're going to redevelop both of those front nose cone upgrades, but those will be on the car for the next race in Qatar, which is a sprint weekend. So that will also massively improve the package. Now, let's talk about component management. For Colapinto, it's pretty simple. He should be good to make it, at least for this race, on the current components. We are starting to run out. The one thing that we are going to change is the gearbox, which is 50% pretty much, so we'll freshen that up. However, today we're driving as Hulkenberg and we have no more ICEs left. So that means we are going to have to take a grid drop in today's episode. We're going to also add a new MGUK, and on the MGUH we're also going to freshen that up. Energy store, we're also at 50%, so we're going to have to take a new one, which is going to mean we're basically starting from the back of the grid. The turbocharger is going to be okay, and so will the control electronics, and the gearbox will switch to the last one. But yeah, double penalty, which means we're not going to qualify today. We'll start from the back of the grid and do a last question mark challenge. And one thing to note, there was a patch for the game yesterday, and it didn't happen last time when there was a ratings update, but for this one, my ratings have updated, at least for my drivers. Hulkenberg has gone from 86 to 88, and Colapinto has gone from 81 to 84. So we've had a massive update for our drivers this weekend. So that's going to be really interesting to see if also if Colapinto, as an AI, does better. Now the forecast this weekend is dry. It's Las Vegas, of course we're in the desert. In terms of the situation we're looking at right now, we're going to be driving as Hulkenberg for this race and minimum the next one. We did the last two as Colapinto, the South American doubleheader, as it was, Colapinto's home Grand Prix almost. But Hulkenberg right now is in a fight for that P7 spot in the Drivers' Championship. So we're looking to try and beat Piastri, and more importantly, closer to us is Antonelli. So those are going to be the objectives that we're chasing for, and we may well end up racing as Hulkenberg for the last 3 rounds to try and get that P7 in the Drivers' Championship. So we're really finishing the season strong. We're competing with McLaren, with Mercedes. We've had plenty of podiums and a couple of wins in this second half of the season, and genuinely since Silverstone we've been really strong. So I'm hoping that can continue in the last couple of rounds. Now, we jumped to practice into the programs. We had a bit of a moment midway through the race simulations, but it went fine. We got a purple score, maximum points, and I was looking at the lap times. Setup seems fairly balanced. If you look at the sectors compared to Verstappen, it seems all quite fair. Hamilton goes top, and to be fair, not much changes. We're quite balanced in all 3 sectors, so it's a good sign that the car is optimized and is running well. We ended up doing our qualifying simulation, but we just hit the barrier onto the back straight, which is going to hurt us quite a bit and made me burn more battery than I would have liked. We are going to be up into this last chicane, but the delta here was just ridiculous. Like, I'm burning battery, yet we're still losing time. So in the end, we got a red score and I wasn't able to beat the time. So unfortunately, we're going to just miss out on the quali sim. Without the mistakes, we could have got a green score, but it is what it is. In terms of the race data, fuel looks pretty good, 44.1 kg. Tyre wear looks excellent, 0.85, really, really good. And yeah, we'll carry that into the race. And as I mentioned before, there's no qualifying. We're starting last, so I'm keen to see how we get on. We finished practice top on the soft tyres by a second over Hamilton. Colapinto P13, but 6th overall, or 7th of the medium tyre runners. So yeah, not too sure what to say or what to expect. Watch the race intro coming up now to see the full grid rundown. We'll see where Colapinto qualified in the end. For us though, good session, decent overall, bonuses, job done. But let's get into the race and let's go for it.
We're on the glitz and the glamour of the famous strip. It is time for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. 3.8 miles and 3 straights. A good place to do some sightseeing at around 210 miles per hour. 17 corners should provide plenty of interest and lots of overtaking with 2 DRS zones. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Verstappen, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Russell, Tsunoda, Antonelli, Colapinto and Alex Albon, Lawson, Ocon, Pierre Gasly and Behrman, Stroll, Doohan, Jack Crawford, Pepe Marti, Bortoletto, Aaron, Hadjar and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, delighted to say that we're joined today by Anthony Davidson. Well, they say you're only as good as your last race. And on evidence there, that was very good indeed. How do they carry that form through to today?
You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
So you guys know the terms. We have to beat Antonelli, also Piastri, but it's looking a bit trickier to try and beat Oscar. Either way, we're starting last, P22 on the grid. Franco Colapinto starts P9. He qualified basically best of the rest outside the top 4 teams. So yeah, for this one, we're going to gamble. And by gamble, I mean start on the hard tyres. We're going to try and still be aggressive and have a productive first stint and get as close as possible to the points on the hard tyre. So then the second stint on mediums, we can hopefully fly. We shouldn't have any overheating issues on the mediums. I think the hards might be quite difficult to warm up. So I'll be glad to actually go on to mediums at the end of the race. So yeah, I've loaded up the fuel. We've got the exact simulations from practice. So 44.1 kilos of fuel, no rain forecast. So we're going to jump straight in and do this last question mark challenge and hopefully keep that battle in the Drivers' Championship alive for P7. Right, lovely. Got some decent tyre temp on the hards. They were quite difficult to warm up, but luckily the back straight is so long you can just basically swerve all the way down it and weave side to side and get your tyre temp. Rears are a little bit on the cold side, but no big deal. I'm going to go 55 bias for this race start. Let's get to it. Let's see how we get on. We'll line her up. And there we go. Let's get to it. Car pointing towards the inside. Lights on. Lights out at Vegas. It's a great start. Good launch, paired with also a good position. Good racing line. Wow, that was close. I tried to go down the inside there, but that door got shot on my face very, very quickly. I think it might have been 4 wide. Oh my god, I got put in the wall by Stroll. I don't think I've got damage. I think I got away with it. Moving to the inside here, just want to defend. It's pretty aggressive back here in the back end of the field. Could have had a good start, but lost some big momentum there because of that Stroll contact.
Systems all looking good. Head down.
Okay, that's good. Good to know that the car is all okay. Bortoletto fighting me here all the way through the sphere chicane. We're going to just get in front though. This back straight could be productive for us. Hopefully we've got decent straight line speed levels. First thing we need is some good acceleration. There's no DRS right now, so car performance will be more important. At the moment, we're not exactly making much progress. We seem to be struggling on the straight. I'm literally dumping everything and it's not doing anything. It's 3 wide ahead. This is really going to cost us time, so we have to try and get through here and get a move on. Lando leads. Here we go, we've got the run on Crawford. Down the inside.
DRS DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Cautious little dive into turn 1 there. We'll pick up doing as well. And now we resume our battle with Stroll. And I wouldn't mind giving him a bit of a taste of his own medicine after what he done last lap. But Stroll's currently challenging Pierre Gasly here. I'm going to get the switch back prepared. Couldn't find the traction though. Down the inside of the chicane. I was a bit aggressive, but want to make sure we put Stroll down after that dirty little move into turn 2. So that's P15. If we clear Pierre and also get Ollie Behrman, then we're P13 and we're cooking. We're not far off the points, but we've got a bit of a gap already to the field ahead. This is now going to be a DRS fest down this straight. Behrman might be in some trouble here. I don't have a ton of battery, so we'll have to be smart about this. I'll try and keep a little bit back. Here we go. DRS open. To be fair, Behrman's pretty speedy on the straight. That Haas is looking pretty quick. There doesn't seem to be much of a slipstream or DRS effect based off that, which is surprising. Come on, we'll try and get Ollie here. We'll use everything down towards turn 1 and line 1 up. Ollie defends. We'll go around the outside and just swing it all the way around. He's still there, but we get the inside for turn 2. And that's the move complete. We'll get Pierre on the back straight. Actually, will we? We could go here. That Alpine seems quite slow. There we go, lovely. Straight around the outside. Clean move. And we're P13. Right, next up. Lawson, they're battling ahead for P10 between Ocon and Albon, so let's get at it. Let's try and catch up. We won't have DRS on the back straight, but hopefully we can try and open a gap here to Pierre and Co behind. Right, 1 minute 31.5. That's our pace right now. I'm hoping to nab DRS off Lawson for this next straight. And we've got it. So we can charge and get hopefully by on the back straight. That's the plan. Oh, bit of a lock up there. Little wall brush. Pushing a bit too hard. I was trying to close in to get the move, but that was a costly error. We've also lost DRS, so that wasn't my best moment. Right, this time we're close. Ocon also seems to have been dropped. Looks like Albon's challenging Colapinto for P9. We're going to get Lawson here and hopefully move up. And ideally get a nice big slingshot and close in on Ocon. If I can get DRS on Ocon for the DRS straight out of turn 2, that would be nice, but we'll have to pull this off without any issues. Here we go. There's the DRS. We'll switch to the outside and move up. Thank you very much. That's P12. Brake a little bit earlier because of the overspeed. Don't want to get caught out. We do get a warning there. A little bit too much of a corner cut through the chicane, but we should be fine. I've got enough battery here to get myself onto the back of Ocon and get DRS, so we're going to execute this perfectly. Personal best on the way through. Well, there we go. That should give us DRS on Esteban for the next straight. And we'll hopefully get him on the back straight this time around. There should be a rerun of the last lap, carbon copy. If we execute and get a good exit here. The AI, it's insane how they still drive off that corner, especially in the initial phase, but we do have momentum here, so we should be able to get this one done. At the minute, I'm completely unable of getting this one without the help of DRS. So the AI seems to be running a bit less wing. Through we go. On the outside, a bit deep this time, but we'll keep it on track limits to avoid getting a second warning. I think we're a bit too far to get DRS off the back of Albon here, so we'll have to just hopefully try and get it for the back straight. Another personal best as we're going to join in that fight and try and give Colapinto a helping hand. Hard tyre now probably would be the better tyre as well, so we should have the upper hand. And there we go, we've arrived. We're not going to get any passing done on this lap though because we're just too far back, but we'll have DRS and that's what matters. So again, we can charge up to full capacity and get some overtakes ready. Albon will go through on Colapinto here, I think. Or will he? He's not really gaining. Franco does seem very quick on the straight. which is good to see. If we can keep it clean, not battle, we should be able to catch the lead group. Actually, I've got a shot at getting Albon here, I think. Let's see. If I keep the battery on all the way, we're actually catching these cars ahead. Look at this, we've got the run. Around the outside. That's a beauty of a move right there. That is an absolute peach. And that is us in the points on lap 8, up to P10 already. Actually way better than I planned, and we still have those mediums that are going to help us out. Albon's back for more. Braking very ready to not disturb Colapinto. But there we go. Right. Antonelli's next car. That's huge. Albon has a look into the chicane. Out of all places. Fair play, that was aggressive. Wasn't expecting that one. But now would be the time to get past Franco and get a leapfrog onto Kimi Andrea Antonelli. So let's get it right now. We'll use some battery here and try to close in. Don't lock up too much. There we go. We'll accept a bit of wheel spin to try and have a better exit. And now we just close on Franco and look to pass. Hopefully you can stay in my DRS and follow. As we go to the outside, there's the DRS, which will give us the helping hand to go through. Franco's still there, but eventually falls in line. And now we can get after Antonelli here, who's battling with Tsunoda. Come on. I'm going to try and hang back here on purpose to see if I can give Franco some DRS so that he can also pull away from Albon definitively. I don't want to lose DRS on Kimi, and I think we're going to execute that to perfection. Yep, that was beautiful. Absolutely perfect. So now we should still be able to challenge Kimi. It looks like ahead they've actually caught more cars. I did see Norris, who's been caught and passed, and somebody else. They were going side by side through the sphere chicane, so there was some battling on that one. I'm going to try and get Kimi here. We're going to get this run. Wind it up from back here. We like this move. I'm going to try and beam to the inside. Through we go. That should hopefully give Franco DRS. It'll be close, but we'll see. Either way, we now focus on our own race. We've done what we can for Colapinto in a short spell. There's Tsunoda going through on Norris. We'll try and hopefully follow through, but we've got a great shot today at getting some big points. We're going to outscore Antonelli, but can we catch Piastri, who's been cooking the last few rounds? He's up in, I think, P3. This acceleration phase is crucial before we get to the DRS. Anything we gain now is where the money is made. So we'll use quite a bit of the battery here just before the DRS to try and close. And now with the DRS, we just hope. But look at this. Norris is actually derating and flashing. He's going back through on Tsunoda. He's still going to be going side by side. I'm going to try and set this up a little bit, but we're going to have zero momentum on the exit, even though I tried to wait. Colapinto not close enough. We're going to try and get Lando here. I'm going to use everything. He's got damage. He's got left front end plate damage. So that would explain why he's dropping through the field. So we'll move up. Also Tsunoda with a bit of a wobble there. I wasn't actually that close. He's still got some pace in those mediums. The one thing we have done is drop Norris out of our DRS, so he'll go back, and that will allow Antonelli to move up. We'll try and get Yuki on this next straight, so we'll just get close here and prepare the move. Like so. Clean braking, clean run through the chicane. Battery straight away, the sooner the better. And there we go, we've got it now. We've got the run. And Norris is still fighting Antonelli here, so they're going to start losing time. That's good for Colapinto.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums.
Around the outside. Nice pass, clean pass. Going to try and set up the exit here, because Yuki's going to have DRS, just to make sure we get a bit of a gap, and there we go. That will keep us covered. Oh, we've got cars in the pit lane. Russell Piastri in Leclerc as well. And so is Verstappen. Colapinto's in. That's good. Tried to use everything there to get DRS on Hamilton, but wasn't to be. I was hoping to get it for this straight and really gain. Yellow flag behind. Who is it? Who is it? We'll find out shortly. I can't look at the map now. I've got the chicane coming up. Hamilton, Tsunoda will box. Antonelli as well, and Norris. Looks like Williams, I think. So that's probably Albon, that's my guess, or maybe Lawson.
We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap.
Right, I might extend this one more. Right, this is our pit stop lap. I'm going to put the wing down by 1 to try and have a bit better straight line speed. The mediums, in terms of their sheer grip, will offset that wing deficit. Right, in we go. This is going to be an important stop. This has to be good. Not too sure where we're going to rejoin, but should be hopefully in the points. Easy does it. Don't rear lock. Right, tidy. A little bit of oversteer, but generally speaking, it was in control. Right, Colapinto's leaving the chicane. That's sort of what I'm looking for here, but we'll see. If we can feed out just behind him, that'd be fine. He's ahead of Antonelli and Norris. In we go. Good stop, 2.4. This is going to be just behind Colapinto, I think. Right on the money.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
That's perfect. Just ahead of Kimi, our main rival. We don't give him any DRS. So that's spot on. Colapinto, by the way, cooking in a P7. You love to see it. Right. No time to waste. Let's get to work on this tyre. And let's see what we can do. We'll try and pass Franco on the back straight. We'll charge in the meantime. Right, here we go. You can tell the difference there. The AI's acceleration with fresh tyres, much, much stronger. The gap grows quite a bit. This might be close to actually get this move done on this straight. We're going to have to keep the battery on here, plus the DRS to try and get through on the limiter. Just about able to get that move done. That was marginal. Franco's definitely running some low wings because he was super quick on the straight. Right, we're through. Hopefully he should get DRS for the next straight out of turn 2. So let's push on after Yuki and Lewis. These two are going to go side by side here.
Caution, caution.
Oh my god, yellow flag. Who is it? Who is it? I'll see now at this corner. Oh my god, it's Oscar. I think it's Oscar. Piastri's gone. Mechanical. It is. Piastri's engine goes. That.
Okay, some information on Piastri. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. That
could be huge. That could be huge. Even more reason now to try and get these 2 overtakes done and get this P4. Come on, let's get DRS. Pushing here to try and make sure we're there. Which we are. We've got it. Right, let's see. Can we compete with this? That's the issue. When the AI focus on themselves and they're in full battling mode and they use their battery, it's very difficult to make a difference. I think my best shot is probably getting this move out of this chicane down towards turn 1. So we'll try and go for it. We'll brake at the right time. Had to just cut the engine a little bit there to lose momentum to not hit the back of Tsunoda. I'm going to still commit to this. I'm going to try and go for it. This is my one shot where I've got the edge on the AI in straight line speed. Down the inside. Respectful pass, leaving plenty of room. Tsunoda's there. I'm going to try and get the switch back. Come on. Yes. Beautiful. Lovely. Outplayed. Right. Now we try and get Lewis on the back straight. Podium still on the cards if we can get through here and catch Russell, but we're going to have to get this done quickly and swiftly. That was good. Nice and aggressive through there. Come on. Hamilton's trying to break the toe, moving over to the right side. Use most of the battery here before the DRS to make the difference. We're going to be bouncing off the limiter. Here we go. Got the run. Let's try and outbrake him. Still there, got to leave some room. But we go through around the outside. And that should be the move done. Hamilton looking to fight back here, but we're going to just cover the inside line. Right. Let's get after George. P4, let's try and open a gap. Tsunoda's been dropped. Ideally, we try and drop Lewis also. So let's get to work. Purple middle. I'm out of battery entirely, but I think we've managed to just put Lewis out of DRS range. So let's see, we've got 3 laps to try and catch George. It's going to be difficult, but we'll keep on pushing. Hamilton's got back in. I think we're hitting the crossover on the tyres. I don't quite have performance. I'm also not quite able to charge battery, so I think our focus needs to be saving P4. P3 is not going to happen. So we need to focus on this 4th place spot, which is still great now that Piastri's out. So we need these points. Every single one is going to matter. Right, we might need to get a bit tactical here. And we might have to just let Lewis go. I'll have DRS, but I won't pass. I'll use it as a charging opportunity. The hard tyre is now better than my medium. My medium is already gone. Even though it looks okay, performance-wise, I've got no pace. So this isn't a great tyre. So we'll just try and charge and prepare something for the next lap. So my plan here is not to pass on this straight. I want to do it on the next one, heading on to the last lap. And I want to see if I can gap Lewis in the first sector. So here we go. That's the plan I'm going to go for. We'll see if it can be executed. So here, I want to try and get the pass done. I can use way less battery and get the same result as passing on the back straight. To the inside. Easy move, clean move. And now, we expect Lewis to arrive on this one. He's right there, he's going to have DRS. We'll defend this. Push him up wide, push him up high. Doesn't actually pull alongside, I thought he would do, but he didn't. So, now we try and break a gap through here. He tried it. Didn't work. I don't have any tyres left though. I've got no grip. Hamilton's right there. We might have to play this differently. We might have to run back what we just did a moment ago. So, the plan is to let him go here. Hopefully he passes me before the DRS. I have no idea where the detection point is, but hopefully I've timed it right. Yes, we have. And there we go. We'll have the DRS, and we'll just go straight back through and outplay. Leclerc wins. Ferrari were strong today. Hamilton's super quick. But we've done a good job, managed it well. We're going to go from P22 to P4. We're going to outscore Anthony, who finishes P7, and Piastri scores no points whatsoever.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Great, good job guys. Happy for that.
The man from Monaco will win again. Charles Leclerc takes the checkered flag.
And it's always good to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
Now it is time to start the celebrations as we welcome our top 3. And there can only be one on the top step. Today, his name is Charles Leclerc.
Well, there we go. Really good day in the office, and good to see Colapinto also in the points and, you know, really performing well. That was almost the maximum he could have got. The fact he was ahead of Antonelli and finished behind is a bit disappointing, but also realistic, to be fair. So yeah, great drive from Franco and really showing the improved pace of the car. We get a P4 with Hulkenberg, both cars in the top 10 yet again. It's now becoming a frequent occurrence, and things are looking very good for Season 3. Things are setting up very nicely. Leclerc was dominant. He crushed the opposition today into the 129s, the fastest lap as well, which is extremely fast. And yeah, Verstappen had no answer in this one. So let's delve into the standings, of course, with that Piastri DNF. Things are going to change. Now, the gap is 20 points with 2 races to go. Now, Qatar, the next round, has a sprint, so there's a few extra points up for grabs. So, maybe, just maybe, with that DNF, we might have given ourselves a chance at trying to catch, hopefully, Oscar Piastri. We're 1 point behind Antonelli with Nico Hulkenberg today, so the P8 has to be the target. If we could get P7, that would be incredible. Colapinto is also on track for 100 points based off that performance, so that it could be a really good end to the season, guys, and I could be actually really happy with how the second half of the season has gone. We're now actually getting some really big points in the constructors as well, and McLaren and Mercedes are not exactly getting away anymore. The gap's sort of staying the same now, so yeah, real progress in the second half of the season, guys. We've really stepped it up. The upgrades have worked well, and if we protect our upgrades, we could be starting Season 3 with a very quick car and some very quick drivers. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. On screen, you're going to see the fallout. We should hopefully retain our fan bonuses, our sentiment. There should be a decent payout. I don't think there's going to be much issue with that. I think we didn't really lose much cash, have any dramas throughout the weekend. So overall, a great day in the office. Maximum points for us, and that's what we can hope for. So yeah, guys, cheers for watching. Like the video, try and smash over 750 likes. Subscribe for more daily F1 content on this channel, and yeah, also check out the 2 videos on screen. A massive shout out to the channel members, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Let's go back from me. Ciao, ciao.